G'day Chunsters, my name is the Chun and it's time to have some fun with Total Extreme Wrestling 2013. This game is a management simulator for professional wrestling. Now, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to take over Ring of Honor and see if I can make it so that it's not a development league. Now, Total Extreme Wrestling, this is quite an in-depth management sim. This is incredibly in-depth. This isn't like, what was it called? GM mode on the old WWF games. Senseless, is that the only guy I can play as, is it? Regular? Yes, I think it is. I think that's all I can choose. Whatever. So user talents. This is important. So best way to start is just 1 point. It's 5 points and everything, I think. So I have a good even spread of talents. Save. I'm going to try and take over Ring of Honor. So I'm going to be the booker because yes, I would like to run Ring of Honor. Thank you. Let's be the booker and see if I can. Welcome to the site. Thanks for checking out TotalExtremeWrestling.com, the most comprehensive online wrestling resource you can find. As well as keeping you up to date on all the latest news, we also have a wealth of detailed information, 1,620 workers and 35 promotions at the last count, including guys like internet favourite Hiroshi Tanahashi, which is Yoshitatsu, I think. Click this picture to view our profile on him. There you go. And here's also quite important. This has like a up here we have a description of who he is. Here we have stuff like his age. It tells me how long he's been wrestling, male, gender, nationality, works where he actually works. So these are like his active areas. So he can't work in Australia, for instance. If I was an Australian company, I couldn't sign him. He's an active wrestler. Yeah, status active wrestler because you get guys that are out of the business and all this type of thing. Role wrestler, or well, because you get announcers, referees, you have to sign all these guys as well. Style, he's of Japanese warrior style, so it tells you the style, it tells you the size, where they rank on the Power 100, where they if they're available, and tells you who employs them, and their current championships. And up here we have their stats like brawling, hardcore, puros. I mean, this is all interesting. Good news, chain wrestling. You got all that. Important stats to consider are psychology. That means if they can call a match in the ring. You've also got like selling. So obviously all these are all quite important because these affect your overall match ratings. I'll explain all this later. Then you've got like athleticism, and this is also important because this will affect how you can book your worker. So if you want to go for a long-minute Ironman match, you obviously can't book a worker who has 20 stamina, otherwise he'll just be tired, and the match will be rated shit. Microphone and charisma. Similar things, but microphone's more important than charisma because microphone is more directly related to promos. Then you've got star quality and sex appeal. Well, star quality is helpful, and you've got all the popularity. So that's the worker. ROH appoints Senseless. In shock news, Ring of Honor last night handed the reins of power to Senseless, who has become their new head booker. The surprise news has also triggered rumours that the promotion will see a whole host of changes to their roster within the next few weeks, as the new man looks to make his mark as quickly as possible. Anyway, company wars, let's take a look. So, this is interesting information to have, because I can find out who's who and where they are. What are we? We are a regional size promotion with AJ Styles as my top guy. Right, so I think I've hung around and so basically this is a list and rank of every single company in the world. Yeah, and basically I can, let me just show you through NXT. Let's go back to, so not that many companies around. Scholarly said, not that many at all. So let's just click on NXT. So from here I can see their roster, I can see everybody they have, and all their stats, right here. So I can see everybody they have. I can see who they've got running as a team. Lucha Dragons, obviously the Ascension are all there. So yeah, I can see all that stuff. I can see what titles they've got on the run. So yep, all that stuff is good. Then obviously I can see what... Actually, no, I can't do that. I can see how big they are everywhere. I can see... Basically, I can see every stat I need to know, like the top 100, like But since there's no... I can also see... Where is it? Schedule. I can also see when their shows are going to be. So they've got current television taping every Thursday, and they've got Arrival, Takeover, and Takeover Evolution. So yes, I can also see the roster. And this roster, by the way, this bit here, it links to them in terms of who their biggest stars and all that are. So yeah, this is kind of useful information if you want to know who everybody else has got in terms of their biggest stars. So yeah, and obviously from here I can click on this and I can negotiate with their workers, but unfortunately I'm not going to be able to get to do any of that. But if I click on this, also I can see their contracts, I think. Yes, the employers, NXT Developmental, which means that he's on a written contract and I cannot employ him, which is annoying because there's probably quite a few people in Angelo Dawkins. Yeah, oh yeah. There's probably quite a few people who I'd quite like to employ from around here. Baron Corbin's already 30? Jesus! But yes, developmental contract. Development. Everybody here is going to be a development. That's my problem. I wonder where Bull Dempsey is. I wonder what his ranking is. Probably crap. Yeah, he's not a very good worker. Ooh, not very popular at all. Probably... anyway, let's forget about talking about everybody else. That's main information. By the way, when I do the booking, I will look to see. When I'm doing the booking, I will try to. What's the word I'm thinking of? Yeah, I'll place the wrestler's theme song if they win the match. If I have the theme song, I might go and download some extra theme songs. Because I think the only Ring of Honor theme song I actually have on my computer at the moment is AJ Styles. So from here I've got some interesting information. I can see who my owner is, how much he approves of me. I can see the size of the company, and if I click on that, it takes me to that screen. If I click on that, it takes me to my owner's profile. It also tells me how much money, which will take me to a breakdown financially. It looks complicated at a glance, but it really isn't. And the current prestige, the current momentum of my company, my next show, and how long away it is, and how far away it is. And here we have my personal assistant, who's giving me messages. Stuff like Brutal Bob hasn't got any clients. He's a manager. Something like this. At least one of my events. And if I double click on this, it will take me to that event. Oh yes! In that case, I'm going to make it pay-per-view. Everything's going to be pay-per-view. Because if it's pay-per-view, I don't know if I'll draw as big a crowd, but at least I'll get some pay-per-view revenue. And pay-per-view revenue is very important because pay-per-view revenue will help me stay in business. Let's take a look at my roster and let's take a look at their stats. So I have ACH, he's 26. Not very good in ring psychology, that's a problem. Not very decent stats. Decent on the mic though. Popularity, not that high. He's a mid-carder. Adam Cole, I think he's going to be a main event. Yes, he is a main eventer. He's, again, not very good psychology, so I'm going to have to script all of his matches. Not very good microphones. That's not very good then, Adam Cole. That's a shame. Adam Page, is he any better? Starting to get better in terms of, but still not good enough to call a match in the ring. AJ Styles is, and he's only 36, so I can, in theory, I can use him quite a lot. And he's a main eventer. He's got a fan favorite gimmick. Ooh, we have Chris Hero. That's useful. Okay, he can't quite call a match in a ring, but he's got somewhat decent ring skills. Not very popular, but he is somebody I can use. I know I can use him. Oh, yes! We have, I forgot about that, we have the Bad Influence. Probably, I think their ring name is The Addiction. I think their tag team name is The Addiction, but I can use them. Matt Jackson. Oh, yeah, the Young Bucks. Damn it, they also can't call a match in a ring, but they should be pretty flashy. Yeah, that will help. Matt Sydal. Oh, yeah. Of course, Evan Bourne. Again, can't call a match in a ring. God. This is going to be quite difficult to book this then. I'm looking at this now, and the one thing which is running through my head is this is going to be quite a difficult show to book. So, I've got a tough show to book. Oh, AJ Styles is going to have to be my main guy. Just because I really haven't got anybody else. So, product. I need to look at the product. Will prevent ROH from getting TV slots on mainstream networks. No! And sponsorship quite tough. No! Do I have a fatal divide? Of course I do. Women's wrestling? None. TNA? What's that? Let me guess. Tits and asses? None. None? How do you explain Maria Kanellis basically wrestling in a bikini then? Whatever. Trends. Japan. Medium. Oh, okay, this is going to be really tough. Maybe have a creative meeting, and this will be interesting. So in a creative meeting, sorry, my forearms are really on the table. If you end up shaking, I do apologise. Franchise players, AJ Styles, yep. Basically what I figured. Christopher Daniels, Jay Lethal, Kazarian, Roderick Strong. Lovely. Next big things? No one. Hot prospects? Okay. Talk the Talkers, Daniels, Carino, McGuinness, Kazarian, Lethal. Basically as I expected. Showstoppers, AJ Styles, Roderick Strong. I'm a showstopper. Well, that's brilliant. That's just fantastic. And I'm a ring general. Okay. So basically the showstoppers and the ring generals are exactly the same. They're just in a different order. Great. Oh, Shad Gaspard! Yes! No, let's not sign him. He's crap. If only I could buy you. If only I could buy you. That would be perfect. Hi, Colt Cabana. How are you doing? He's with Noah, AIW and FWE. Good mic skills. TNA might not be on written contracts, and that could be a saving grace. Buff Bagwell! Yes! Of course! Why wouldn't I sign Buff Bagwell? Let's take a look. We'll see what he says about that. Okay, so he's actually going to think about that. Well, you've got to sign somebody, right? He's Buff Daddy! Oh yeah! Wow, that hurt. Elijah Burke. Oh, Jim Cornette.
Somebody get Jim Cornette. I think you might be mad at me for turning this entire company into a tragedy.
Kevin Nash. Well, if I wanted a show called the Quad Blowout pay-per-view, Kevin Nash is my first guy to think of. Sting. Point. Very good point. Negotiate. Too small. Bastard. Sting, you're a bastard. How dare you say we're too small? We're not too small. We're more than big enough for you. Are they on pay-per-appearance contracts? They are, which means I can actually buy them. This might open up my playing field a bit. Abyss, but he's on a written contract. Oh, god damn it! Some of them are on written contracts. Let me guess. Everybody who I'd think to sign. Let me guess. Don't even need to ask. Let me guess. Everybody who I'd think about signing is on a written contract. Yes, there you go. Look, Davey Richards. Written contract. This is bullshit. Eddie Edwards written No, it's not fair. Mr. Anderson, yes. Psychology's low though. What? 69 microphone? Are you sure? Who the hell did this mod? 69 mic skills on Mr. Anderson? No. 80 at least. God. UPW? I don't remember ever signing Samoa Joe versus John Cena. I think I remember that. That's a lie! UPW has never hired Samoa Joe. It's only hired Rich and Nath. Liars! Lying fuckers! There you go, that's what they are. Bring in my new catchphrase. It's not so much the word, it's how I say it, by the way. Oh yes, Super Dragon! Super Dragon! Super Dragon! Oh, I need Super Dragon. CCW. Ah, you see, if only he had Zandig. Unfortunately, rest in peace. You are a really good idea, actually. I'm going to negotiate with you. What? Too small? You're only rated 50, you bitch! Whatever, we'll have to see. Anyway, let's continue, let's go forward, and let's get on and find a show to book. Okay, so the other thing is, now we have the website, and it can give me feedback on what everybody else is doing. So, for instance, here we have Monday Night Raw. and it will tell me WWE held Monday Night Raw last night in AB NMAX Center and drew 5,000 fans. Oh dear. Only 5,000. Don't push Roman Reigns. Don't push Roman Reigns. The feedback from viewers has been positive, with most having liked the vast majority of the show. Star of the show was John Cena. Well, that's not surprising. And then I can also click on the shows and see what they all booked. So, for instance, Yamato defeated well, this is Dragon Gate Hell. They had more of attendance than Monday Night Raw. Okay, where is this NMAX? The Prairies. Oh, they went to Canada. Okay, so that's why it wasn't such a big show. Anyway, so they had their pre-shows. Swagger defeated Miz Dow and Roman Reigns defeated Bo Dallas. I suppose that's to simulate the TV tapings. Mark Henry defeated John Cena, drew an 81 rating. Dust Brothers defeated the Usos. Okay. Luke Harper defeated Xavier Woods. Oh dear. Rusev and Zack Ryder. Okay, so they basically didn't use any of their big stars. Literally at all. Well, that will explain it. FFUK. Saraya Knight. Oh, hello. Sweet Saraya. Paige's mum. Oh, it's the 15. Oh, okay. Only 15 people. Brutal Bob. Anyway, I've got new goals. Oh, aha. I've got owner goals. Let's take a look. The financial balance must have improved. So by next year, I have to improve the bank balance to 2 million. Brilliant. ROH cannot fall into debt. Well, that basically ties in with that. I can't hire any wrestler over the age of 40. Fine. Cannot hire or extend the contract of any wrestler who has less than 35. And they have to have more than 35. So they have to have more than 35 athletic ability, more than 35 psychology, and I can't hire anybody over the age of 40. Over 40. Oh, that's a point. I can't employ him because he's 44. Oh well. Sorry, Buff. Oh, I wanted Buff Bagwell. I'm gonna drink a sip of cola because that's annoying. Oh, Randy Orton. Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's interesting. So, Randy Orton has just become the World Heavyweight Champion. He's defeated Brock Lesnar. Well, I suppose reality doesn't always have to be. So, John Cena was the star of the show again, but I think that must have done a better rating if they've got Randy Orton there. Total non-stop action, 500 fans, and Davey Richards is the star. Okay, so I wonder what these... Saki Watanabe. Let them fight. You better know what that's from, by the way. Or I shall come through your computer screen, and I shall strangle you like Homer Simpson, and I shall strangle you till you're blue in the face. Yep. You thought I was going to go on a rant there, like I did on Host Pro, but nope. Through your dummy. So, Gunner versus Samuel Shaw was the main event. What are they thinking? Davey Richards defeated DJ Zema. Wow, that was a bad show. That was a really bad show. Well, I don't think I'm going to have much trouble beating TNA then. SmackDown, yeah, that was a better show. Actually, no, the show rating I think overall is worse, but it's done 9,000 at the Target Center. So Seth Rollins defeated Dean Ambrose. Bad rating. Orton defeated Cena and Brock Lesnar. Oh, it's a triple threat match. Okay. Oh yeah, of course, Explosion's their B show, isn't it? So that's why they had... Yeah, okay, it's making more sense now. Tyrus defeated Tigre Uno. Brooke defeated Rebel. Really? Jane Storm defeated Jeff Hardy. MVP defeats Austin Aries. The Freak versus Ethan Carter. Okay, 3,000 people. Okay, that wasn't so bad then. Lucha Underground. I don't think TNA would draw 3,000 people in real life. Lucha Underground, attendance 500, sold out show. Big Rick, Mil Muertes, defeated Johnny Mundo. Okay, not that big a show though. KSW, The End of Days. I always read these when I'm playing these games so I can see who's done a good rating. Because if they're doing a good rating, then there's a chance that they'll do a good rating for me. Let's book my first show. So here's how this sort of thing works. No! Oh, whatever. I'm going to explain this to you. So I've got the auto-booked venue. It'll auto-book the best venue for me in whatever region we're going to. So whatever we it sort of determines what we're going to draw, and then picks a venue which is going to cost the least to rent and fit the most people in, to fit them all in. So that's how that works. So here we go. We've got the backstage rating. We've got notable personalities listed, so it will tell me who's a positive influence and who's, you know, and all that type of good stuff. Notable relationships, it mentions who's friends and who's related, whatever. And other notable factors like the backstage rules. It will also give me the option to cancel the show. This is a motivational speech, so I can either motivate or psycho sermon my people. I unlock that based on my management style. Anyway, we have... And also here we have people who are absent. So I've not actually got AJ Styles. He's working elsewhere. Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson. So the young Bucks are working elsewhere. Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. Who else are they with? Oh, they're with New Japan, aren't they? Yeah, that would explain it. And here I can change where we go. So in the Tri-State region, we're going to be going to the Hammerstein Ballroom, and we're currently expected to draw 2,000 fans. So here it tells me how many fans I'm expected to draw, and here I can choose any other, and I can also filter these venues. So I can choose my minimum show capacity. So I can filter out any shows which are obviously just too small for my current audience. So let's just filter out anything under 2,000. And here you can see, look, 3,000. But obviously there's no point hiring out Boardwalk Hall because it can draw 18,000 people, which is fine. Or like the Izod Centre. Look, I could hire the Izod Centre. Costs 100 grand to hire and 20,000 people. But look, if I were to hire Asbury Park, which is 3,000, much closer to my expected attendance, 15 grand is the hiring cost. So the smaller the arena, the less it costs to rent it. The wrestling industry is rising, the economy is falling. This is also important because this will affect my attendance. So if for instance, wrestling industry was set to 100 and the economy set to 100, I'd probably be drawing 5,000 fans with my current popularity. But with it set to 0, I'd only draw 1,000 fans. So that also affects the attendances. That's basically all that extent. And this is my booking screen. I'm allowed to go 5 minutes over and under. Right, let's open with a match. Let's add a match. And these are the matches I can use. Only I remembered now, this has very, very limited. If I click on this, I can see all of the matches I can use that are one-on-one. So, you know, it's got all these. It's got all the, you know, special matches down here, like the Royal Rumble should be here. Yeah, 30-man lottery, that's a Royal Rumble. Anyway, one-on-one is what I'm going to go with. Okay. And now I have to pick the wrestlers. So I'm going to try and make it... I've only got an hour, so I haven't really got enough time to faff about with an undercard so much. So ACH versus... And oh yeah, here, if I click on faces and heels, I can get an instant breakdown. And this only shows me who's actually at the show. Let's go with Jimmy Jacobs. You know, if you have a good ref and good announcers, it can give the match a boost. So anyway, let's change the winner. So I think ACH should win this. It will be booked as an open match, which means even offense, you know, all this stuff, and scripts, so that it's not called in the ring. And there you go. That's all it takes. Let's create another medium length match. Between, let's get rid of the enhancement talents and the openers, so I can see only top guys. Oh, he can call a match in the ring. So let's go with Silas Young as my heel. Wow, Jay Briscoe's an upper mid carder and he's my world champion. That's great. Oh, since he can call a match in the ring, let's do that. Johnny Gargano. And then we'll have Johnny Gargano win since he's my guy. He is a senseless guy. Yeah. Christopher Daniels, he's good on the mic. I could have him do a talking segment, hyping up a match with, is Jay Briscoe a face? Yes. Yeah. Christopher Daniels versus Jay Briscoe. Makes sense. Because why not? And I've got my angles I can use. These are just my default angles. The game has, this mod has set my default angles, which appear here. But there are a huge number of angles. So if I go on here, there you go, take the filter off, and all of a sudden I get access to hundreds of matches and angles. So what I'm going to go for is, where is it? Interview hype. There you go. So let's select interview hype. Say that has to run for 6 minutes, so it has a decent run time. Christopher Daniels, let's not script him, against Jay Briscoe. And there you go, that's literally how you book it. And it tells you, by the way, what everything's rated on. So I got entertainment rated for Christopher Daniels, who's the guy being interviewed. He's hyping up a match of Jay Briscoe, who's rated on overness. Auto name it. And there you go. That's literally how easy this game is. And I've just had a thought. Maybe I do have time for an undercard. Yeah, let's go for a minor match. There you go. Hanson's going to win. I'm going to say Keith Strong and script it. I have got lots more options open to me, but by the way, I can go up to 65 minutes. So actually I'm going to modify this segment so it's 8 minutes long to try and make sure it doesn't. And then my main event is going to be Christopher Daniels versus Jay Briscoe. And here I'm going to show you some more of the options I have when I'm booking a match in this one. I'm going to have Daniels win. Open match. I don't think Jay is good enough to call a match in the ring, so I'm going to have it scripted beforehand with a slow build so they don't just go and burn themselves out in the first few minutes. And then look, I've got exact finishes. So I'm going to have a distraction finish, which means I'm going to set it so that Jay Briscoe gets distracted by Frankie Kazarian. And there you go, I can run the show. It's going to be a 58-minute show, and it's within all acceptable angles. So here we go, let's run my first Ring of Honor show and see what happens. Hanson defeated Adam Page by spin kick in a match which had solid in-ring action but not much heat. And look, if I hit dirt sheet I can see what exact factors there were. So the announcing quality was penalised for low experience, segment was penalised for booking decisions. That's because I said keep Hanson strong. Hanson was just hurt by poor psychology and holding back slightly. That's because it's a TV show, so they hold back a little bit. If this were, say, this anniversary show, I wouldn't have that as a problem. And then Page has a poor gimmick, but Hanson got a bonus for being protected and a good gimmick and good commentary. Okay, so there wasn't that much. Hanson is improving in performance skills. So anyway, that was a good match. ACH defeated Jimmy Jacobs with a Dragonfly. Average. In a match that had an average crowd and some decent in-ring action, so being well booked. So there you go, because I booked it as an open match, it was well booked. Very low experience for the announcing quality, poor gimmick for Jimmy Jacobs and holding back slightly, poor gimmick, poor psychology, oh dear me. In a match that had an average crowd and some decent in-ring action, Johnny Gargano defeated Silas Young by submission with a Gargano escape. Okay. Okay, so those guys are actually a bit better. They've got some bonuses to them at least. Silas Young and Johnny Gargano both have good gimmicks. Johnny Gargano got a bonus for star quality. Okay, that's good. Anyway, that was rated 49. Christopher Daniels struggled when going off script. In that case, I'm not going to make him go off script then. How about that? 62! That's not bad. The announcing quality wasn't up to the standards of the match. Anyway, Christopher Daniels defeated Jay Briscoe by pinfall, the BME, after a distraction from Count Frankie Kazarian. It had a good crowd and good action. There we go, so what was the overall show rating? 55, increase of popularity in 7 regions. Not too bad then. Which means, if I'm not mistaken, I've done better than TNA. Already! ROH! 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 NXT Wrestling. Tyson Kidd was said to be the star of the show. They drew 1,500 fans. New Japan had a rating of 81, so they're doing shows that rival the WWE. NXT, show rating 42. I did better than NXT. Kevin Owens defeated Adrian English, Sami Zayn and Victor. That did well. Tyson Kidd defeats Finn Balor. Becky Lynch defeated Charlotte. Not bad, so I've improved my popularity. That's good news. Well, there you go. That's the end of the first episode.
Dr. Naomi Hunter is not Dr. Naomi Hunter at all. What? I thought her story of her background sounded kind of fishy, so I checked it out. And?